you're a playwright. I see a woman's love. I see a poster behind you. And I want you to tell the people a little bit about a woman's love, what it is, where it originated from, how you like. I'm going to remember these questions. So, but I want to dig in deep, and I want you to explain what a woman's love is.
Okay. A Woman's Love is a story that I wrote. I was saying 10 years, but it's over 10 years. It's almost 12 years ago. I wrote the story. And I wrote it with no intentions. Like when I wrote the story, I had no desire to be a playwright, to have anything to do with it. I just started thinking one day. I was in my apartment and I started thinking one day and I just started writing things that were coming to my mind about things that were happening in the world. And I had a friend that came to visit from California. He saw it and he started reading it. We were on our way out and he didn't want to go out anymore. He was like, let me finish. I was like, are you serious? He was like, let me finish. So he read it. He loved it. He went back to LA and told me he wanted to set up a meeting. And I'm going to make this story kind of short because this meeting, this is an example of how I turned a negative into a positive. When he said he wanted to set up a meeting with one of his buddies, he looked like me, a black guy. So I'm expecting to go meet with another black guy, your buddies. I walk into the first meeting and it's like 7 or 8 older white men and women in the boardroom. So I'm like totally lost because like I said, sis, I had no direction or no purpose for what I wrote. So I'm just thinking I'm getting ready to kick it with one of his boys and maybe he has an idea. But I get thrown into this meeting with no direction and it ends up, they love my script. They call me for a second meeting and the tone and the words that were used in the meeting were so disrespectful. And I sucked it up in the meeting. I sat there. I had conversations back and forth, but what registered in my head was they don't respect you, Dana, because if they did, they wouldn't be referring to you as darling and sweetheart and honey. Honey, do you know what we can do if we were to put our names in lights? Honey, do you know what we could do? Do you know how much faster you could move with this? So it was the names that I wasn't being called a bitch or anything like that, but it was disrespectful because I know, and mind you, this was 12 years ago. So I was even younger, but I was still a grown woman because I'm 48 now.
Right.
So I'm thinking, if I was a white woman, would they be referring to me as sweetheart and darling and honey, do you know what we can do for you? It was so demeaning. But I sat there and I took it. And I also took everything that registered in my head. I will never forget some of the things that were said. For example, this play could go global. Another insult. Who helped you write this? Why does somebody have to help me write this?
Right.
This play can go global. Who helped you write this? Do you know that you will probably get only so far if you try to step out into the theater world yourself with no direction, you know, nobody. It was just, everything was belittling. But when I left there, I had a smile on my face because I said, no, thank you. I don't want to sell my script. I don't want to sell the rights. I'm going to hold on to it. And then I said to myself, I'm sitting on a fucking gold mine because they wanted to buy it. One, they called me in for a second meeting.
Yep.
They said it could go global 6 times. I heard the word global 6 times. They said it was so impactful that it seems like it would be on television or a movie. So it's going to really going to hit people in the gut seeing it on stage, how impactful that would be. Who helped me write it? So evidently you thought it was too good that I couldn't have possibly written that by myself. So I took all of that and that turned it into a positive situation for me.
Yep, the feedback.
So I said, you know what? I'm going to hold on to my baby and I'm just going to do it myself. One day I'm going to hold on to it. So years went by. I ran into somebody who was very close to me. And I've said this time and time again. I won't say her name. I would never do that. But she was somebody I trusted. I called sis. And we were as close as you and I are. So that gives you an example, Sabrina, of how I called her sister. Our relationship was like our relationship.
Yeah.
So she was by my side, and literally, I got sponsorship for you, sis. We were supposed to be walking to the door of the theater to pay, and she never answered my call again. Never answered my emails, never answered my calls. Just like disappeared. Just cut me off at the door after she told me she had the check to secure the theater. Never heard from her again. Now, this was my sister, so I thought. So I'm like, okay, here we go again. Let me hold on to my baby again. It wasn't meant for me to do it. And right before COVID hit, I decided, let's try this again, Dana. Got my cast, started doing my marketing. I got the theater, secured the theater. I was in our third rehearsal. COVID hit, shut the world down. And I'm like, oh my God, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This cannot be happening again.
Yeah.
COVID hit, shut the whole world down. And at that point, we were doing this at the Bowie Center of Performing Arts. And we sold like almost half of the theater out, and we were like 2 months early, 2 months before the stage play, and it was half sold out. So COVID hit, knocked me down again, and I was just like, oh, like, okay, I'm gonna keep going, God. I'm gonna keep going. I don't know how many more times I can get knocked down,
right? Because that's like 3 already, right?
I'm gonna keep getting up as long as I can get up, sis. So here we are now. I'm having my debut with not one show, but 2 shows at Bethesda Blues and Jazz that I go to all the time to see some of the most famous people in the world perform on that stage. And I'm just blessed. DC Black Broadway has a residency there. And I am the first stage play that they are allowing to come in under their residency. So that's a blessing that door was open, that Dr. Lavelle Long believed in me enough to say, you can go before me. Like, my play is before DC Black Broadway even did one of their own. So just him believing in me, that meant so much to me, because I'm so used to pushing by myself, having that door open. Like, people don't invite me to the table.
Why you had to build your own table.
Exactly.
You know, I know about that, sis.
Exactly. And here I am today, and I'm blessed to have Gil Nelson. He's my director. Gil's a phenomenal director. He's the director of the TV show Double Cross. He's been in the game as far as acting, producing, directing for a very long time, years and years and years. And he's been by my side since day one. Every bit of trials and tribulations that I came across, and it knocked me down, he was still right there. And he's still there today as my director. And he is the bomb. And I'm so blessed to have him still by my side.
That is so amazing. Wow. So A Woman's Love, what inspired you to do this play?
Seeing crazy things that were going on in the world around me. Seeing crazy things and hearing crazy things from people that I knew. And one day just being in the house, being bored, and just putting it into a story. And I've never even taken a class on how to write a script. You know what I mean? I was just blessed to tell Gil Nelson, I wrote something, but I don't know how to format it. And he told me how to do it, where to go. And I did it. And then I started adding stuff. And like I told you, I kept coming to roadblocks. So I would hit a roadblock, and then I would think of something else to write to make it better. So from the very beginning, it's so much better now. Like, I feel like now, oh my goodness, let me tell you, sis, this show, people are going to be talking about this. And I'm confident. I'm very confident. My cast members, when they got the script, everybody did the same thing. They all called me back and said, oh my goodness. Called me 3 times and said, I've read it 3 times back to back. He was like, you outdid yourself with this. I just made it better and better every year. I started thinking more. I started seeing more. I would see more, and I would incorporate that into my writing. And I just refused to water it down. So it's probably going to be the realest and rawest stage play that anybody has ever seen in the DMV area. I'm almost positive about that, because I refuse to water it down, even when asked to. I lost some sponsors because they said,
It's
Oh,
too
well, I
much.
think you should tweak this or
Mhm.
take it down a little bit or what. No, you know what? Keep your sponsorship. I'm not changing my shit. This you're trying to make me change my story, and that's what I
Right.
don't do. I'm not conforming. Either you're gonna take it as is, or I'm gonna keep it moving without you, and that's what I did.
Absolutely. You heard that, guys. Always make sure you stay true to you. Stay true to you. Because one thing that Dana said that was very important is that, people came along and wanted her to tweak it in order for them to sponsor her with this script. Now, the thing is what if that little tweaking that she did cost her the whole play? Because that little tweak that she tweaked was the thing to take this script to Hollywood for the big timers to say, because of that, that's why we love this script. That's why we want this in a movie.
Exactly.
That's why we're going to give you $20 million to turn this into a. That's why. And because someone wanted to tweak that little thing. Always stay true to yourself in business. Never, ever switch up. Because once you start switching up, that's when your business is not you anymore.
Exactly, sis.
And that's so important. That message is so important. Wow, like I got goosebumps. It's stuff making me
That's
feel
so true what you said. You broke it down. That's so true. It's not even your story anymore. Once you start letting people get in your ear and change your vision. Absolutely. It's not yours anymore. It's theirs.
Right, exactly.
It's theirs.
That's just like me as a designer. I go out and make an outfit, but guess what? I done made the exact outfit that she done made, but I done tweaked it a little. It's not mine in real life. It's not mine. Stop. I can't change the buttons and be like, this mine. No, it's not. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just a little different. Okay, so the stage play. Is it going to be on stage soon? Like, can the people go out and literally buy tickets and actually go and see this play?
Yes. Yes. They can get tickets at bbjlive.com. All of the tables are sold out for Saturday and Sunday. A lot of the upper level seats are sold out for Saturday. Saturday's almost sold out. The upper level seats are starting to get sold out. Starting to get sold more and more on Sunday. But all of the tables are completely sold out. So, yeah, you can still get seats. And like I always say, there's not a bad seat inside of the Bethesda Blues and Jazz.
I'm so excited. So just to let everybody know that are my soulmates that are out there that are watching this, if you get a ticket and if you go on Saturday, you gonna see me. That's all I'm gonna say. So definitely make sure you get your tickets, guys, because it's going to be amazing. And if you guys are going to be there, if you see me, definitely like tap me on the shoulder and give me a hug. Let's give each other some elbow dap or something. I know that this is going to be amazing, and I'm here to support it. Like, I can't wait.
Thank you for your support so much, sis. I appreciate you.
More than welcome. You know I love you. Because you out there doing big things. So prior to this play, didn't you recently just produce a movie?
Oh yeah, TV series.